And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 180! Go, go, go! 21!
Garoppolo on first down. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production. But
Here we go.
I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Here we go. 20! 44. So don't say nothing. 11.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Pressure, he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Trey Hendrickson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Alert!
To throw, it's Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he finds Stills, complete. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 33, and that play started back at their own 33.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play.
Sammy!
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually they have the defense back on its heels.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them. Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Ready. 5-9. You got nothing. You got nothing.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal.
Coming to you.
Kamara trying again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. And Stills over the middle. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, San Francisco.
Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Garoppolo now. He's going to look deep down the field. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Here we go.
Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former fifth-round pick. I remember that game, December, against and he fires one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Breeze now. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Malcolm Smith charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
You're good.
Breeze going to throw. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
His 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn, still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017, just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
Ready. Yellow lady. Silver. Showing up. 36. 12. 26.
On third down, here's Kamara. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away.
Let's go. At their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Let's go, D.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken very short.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, easy.
Throwing on second down. Breeze. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Run him. Hey, Charlie.
Here's Breeze to throw. And he's going to go down again. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here we go. Wait, 80! Watch the screen. 21.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now Garoppolo. Wide open receiver complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On second down, it's Coleman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
13. 2.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's caught. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. CD, there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. Gould now out to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe... Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. Thomas, the intended target. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Here we go, here we go. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
Here we go.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Garoppolo. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Trey Hendrickson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executing well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Ready. Yellow lady. 54. Line 54. Watch the curl. Kill.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the 1st down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key 1st down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Running with Kamara. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And Cook has it, left side. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up. To stop him a couple of yards short. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Mike's 54. Bravo.
They do go for it. It's Breeze. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Malcolm Smith. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, that's a combination that 49er fans are happy to see, Garoppolo to McKinnon, and they want to see a lot of it. They didn't get to witness it at all last year. Remember, McKinnon got injured before the season began. But you think back to his final year in Minnesota in 2017, had almost 1,000 yards of total offense, a lot of those on the receiving end of things. He is definitely a weapon out of the backfield like we just saw. Garoppolo now, 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Let's go, D.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Breeze now on 1st down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. D. Ford make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one.
Hey, easy. Mike's 5-4. I got him. Mike's 54. Mike's 50.
After the sack on 1st down, Brees flushed out right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 27 yards there, a 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Ready?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 54. Hey, watch the screen. You're 21, 21.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
54.
From the 31, Breeze being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And it's 3rd and 5. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was a type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Mike 50, Mike 50. Easy, opposite.
Now Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Check 15.
Again, it's Kamara. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Breeze now to throw. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are back within a single score. Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Garoppolo looks to throw, and he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
1st down, San Francisco.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. 11 yards there, just like last play. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes the 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here we go.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, alert! 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 Stay hot! Stay hot!
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's a tired defense out on the field right now. They desperately need a stop to get the ball back to their offense, but they're having trouble getting that done. Another gut-wrenching run right there.
Here we go,
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 26-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Wait, 80!
Let's go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Shoot, shoot, shoot.
Stay hot!
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and I tell you, this was a fun one, just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, you know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game.